G Money.
Yo.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Back.
Welcome back. G, haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
Like 3 weeks, probably.
3 weeks.
I took a break from y'all crazy people, man.
Yeah. How was it, man? You came in here smiling at me today.
Was I smiling at you?
Yeah, it felt good. Pause.
Why you making those stories, man? I was
You smiling? Yeah, you look
good to see you again.
Haven't seen you in a while. How's everything with you?
I'm good. I had a little vacation time. I had a little vacation time. I had a little networking time. I had a little business time. We're all in the same. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ms. Jones. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost. Shout out to you. Shout out to Basco, the whole team. You know, made a little appearance on Drink Champs.
Shout out to Ms. Jones. Shout out to Drink Champs.
You know shout out to Nori. Shout out to EFN.
Please. Shout out to EFN. What's up?
It's good when people in position, you know, show love and don't act Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
I can't relate to that. But I understand. I can't.
Nah, they show, you know, love. And they didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I was in the building for the Drink Champs, and you know I didn't expect to really get to have a seat there and chop it up with them. But you know, Nori called it out like, "Yo, come have a seat, bro. Let's have a drink," and we chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good look. It was a good look.
G Money,
yeah,
my man.
Yeah.
You know, August 21st, we got a show.
Yes.
FlipDaScript, a live podcast show on Bombay Theater. Get your tickets now. We almost sold out.
Already? You're not playing around, huh?
Yeah, I go live every day. Yeah. Almost sold out in a week. Week and a half? Yeah, week and a half. 11 days.
Working.
I feel good.
Yeah. Me?
Huh?
What happened?
Gee.
Not yet. You can't be. Come on, man. You got to work for that.
Oh, let me tell. What's today? Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
8 days, sorry.
8 days?
7 days in a week.
Okay,
right? So,
got you. Good math. Good job.
Sorry. I just want to, let me, you know, get you out. They got to get their weight up when they. It's good to see you, though, man. It's really good to see you. Good to see Michelle.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Michelle. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. How's everything with you? Michelle still, you know, you're in the studio running your affairs. You and Ebok. Not affairs, but you know. Let's go. Sessions.
When you say, you got to be.
You still got sessions running. How's everything? Ebok, I spoke to Ebok today. He said everything was good.
7, 6, 7.
Yeah, okay. Excuse me, sir. We ain't introduced you yet. Don't talk. Shout out to my man Bassy. Good, you know, Bassy has, you know, he's been putting in some work, man, behind the scenes, man.
He held me down in Miami too, man. Of course, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I hate people like him, right? Cause like,
no, I don't know.
I do, because I'm gonna lean on him, and if he decides to pull the crutch, then I'm fall. But he's not that type of guy. Shout out to Bassy.
Facts.
Bassy makes sure Ojo side. It's good to have somebody that represents the team. Because don't count on me. Y'all don't want to talk to me. I am a jerk. But Bassy, every time they come, it's like he makes them comfortable to speak to me. Yeah. Oh, Flip. Yeah. I'm like, oh. Yo, your man. Oh, yeah, he did that. And I can't make him look bad. I be wanting to make him look bad in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy to be back, man. And
likewise,
getting ready to work. But G Money.
Hold that thought, though. I do have some sponsors here, sir. So,
snap.
you know what I'm saying? Hold on a second, my man. You can't just be. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
G,
come on, man.
You set me up?
I set you up. How I set you up?
G.
First of all, where my cup at, man?
Oh, chill.
Tell Linky. Oh, shit, Linky.
Yeah, she got your cup.
Okay.
I left at the crib on purpose because I knew you was going to do some bullshit like this.
Shout out to King's Liddy Drinks one time, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I got the Liddy Beach.
Boo,
you know what I'm saying?
You cut me off. Why you got it?
Come on, I can't.
I don't get no money from this.
I'm the Cutmaster. Oh, you see what I did there?
I saw you just did.
I'm the Cutmaster C. What I did.
Gee.
I said, hey, yo.
Gee.
Oh, first time. Wow, look at that. That was good. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man, another sponsor here. Shout out to Cash.
Now he got a check.
Shout out to Cash Fact. Shout out to my man DJ On Point. You know what I'm saying?
DJ On Point.
Situation right here. Got the clothing line situation. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
On Point, what up? Big Queens in the building. Carry on now, sir.
So, what is this flavor?
This is Liddy Beach, man.
King's Liddy Drinks.
It's summertime, you know.
So, what is this? Is this liquor?
Yeah, it's a adult beverage.
Did they pay you for this? G Money!
Yo.
Give me a second. You gotta wait for me now. You gotta wait too, because you know what? That was rude. Why did you do what you just did?
What happened?
Nah, why you did what you just did?
I never do sponsors after the intro, so I had to make sure.
But why you stop me in the middle? Why you let me? You know what I'm saying? Episode 197. Nigga, we made it. We got a special guest, Queens.
You. Am I good? Am I good to talk?
Yeah, you good to talk.
I want to pop. What's up, y'all? Queens, get the money.
Round of applause.
Flip the script.
Legend.
What's poppin'?
One time for my man Cutmaster C.
Finally, long awaited.
You've been giving us a runaround for a long time.
Yo, man, it's hard to catch up with you, man.
It's hard to catch up with you. For a big guy, it's hard to catch up with you. Pause. Let's go.
Yo,
What's
how
good,
you doing,
Queens?
man?
I feel good.
How you
Thank
doing?
you, man. Thank you. I'm with my family. It feels good. Feels good to be back.
Can you shout out who you got in the building with you?
Oh.
Show some love, man.
I got my homie LB in the building, you know what I'm saying? Work with Black Ink. He got a lot of things going on. He's coordinator for Black Ink. He does a lot of bookings.
Gotcha.
So we're doing business together. We got a lot of big things in store.
All right.
Salute.
A lot of big events we're gonna do, especially for this summer. I'm gonna do something with y'all too if y'all take me up on the offer. You know, like this. Hey, what you mean? You don't trust me? Hold on.
Welcome, man. Yo, it's really good to see you, man. You kept. I mean, it was difficult getting you up here, man. But we finally got it done.
We here, man. We here.
That's dope. I
appreciate it too. I appreciate y'all reaching out to
me. As a DJ, I think it's our first time meeting, if I'm not mistaken.
You look familiar, but I think it is.
I mean, I'm from Queens too. You know what I'm saying? We probably crossed paths, but this is our first official time meeting. So nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying?
It's a pleasure meeting you.
We appreciate what you did for the game. You know what I mean? Like you definitely paved the way, and you know, saying we're gonna get into all of the history and all that. So before that, let everybody know where you from originally.
Jamaica, Queens, born and raised.
What part? Where in Jamaica, Queens you at?
From where I used to live in Richmond Hill.
Okay.
You know, but right Merrick, like not too far from Southside.
Got you.
Merrick Boulevard.
You used to live in Richmond Hill.
When I was young, before I even started DJing.
Easy.
I don't even know why. I said that.
It was the Indian
Because that's where it started. Yeah, but that's where it started. Richmond Hill. That's where I was.
Okay.
Yeah, a baby born. You know, Richmond Hill, Mary Mac in the hospital.
Got you.
And then we moved towards.
Don't
we
try
moved
to pass
Merrick.
by Richmond Hill, though, bro. Give me a second. I want to digest this.
Here we go.
So back in the days, were there Indians living there? Like
yeah, it was flooded. Yeah, a lot of
always like that.
A lot of Spanish too.
Really?
Yeah, because our neighbors in the house were Spanish.
Oh.
When did they leave though? Because right now it's all ain't no Spanish over
Well,
there
we
now.
left before them.
So real quick question. You what's your background, your ethnicity? Is it black or you Caribbean?
Black.
Okay, black. Okay.
Yeah.
You was about to say,
But I deal with everybody. I deal with a lot of like Caribbeans, everything. Like I deal with everybody.
Yeah. So tell us about your childhood now. You know, growing up in Jamaica, Queens. You know, before Cutmaster C was created.
I was supposed to go to school and just be a square. You know, all the way around. Just go to school, go to work. I went to school for medical assistant, and I wasn't interested in it. And I dropped out.
Really?
I was in school hustling, like selling. I was selling clothes. I was selling whatever I could sell. I was selling.
So
I was out to making fast money, and that's what I got attracted to.
All right, hold on. Let's slow down a little bit. So before that, you young Cutmaster C was, you said a square. So you were a smart kid in school.
Yeah, I was.
What's a square? So a square is like a nerd?
A square is just a guy that just walks a straight line. He goes to school. He's going to go to college. He's going to be a family man. Nothing bad, no hustling, none of that.
So did you
go to work and go home?
Did you live with both parents?
Yeah, but my father passed away when I was young.
Okay, your father passed away when you were young. Okay, so and then
my mother held us down. You know, she played both roles.
How many siblings did you have?
One sister, one brother.
So it's 3 of you guys in one house.
Yep.
And
then my stepfather came along and he held it down for us too.
Oh, he was okay. Salute.
Yeah.
So now, did they instill that? Because what made you not go down the wrong path at that time? What was instilled in you?
My mother, she was real strict. Like we couldn't really go outside, or when we started going outside, we had to be back in the house at a certain time. And just she was strict. She didn't play no games.
So you were scared of Mom Duke. So you was
her
trying to get
and
in
my
trouble.
grandmother. If I did something wrong, she called my grandmother.
It's over.
They pulling up.
But we heard stories from people before too, from Queens or from Brooklyn, whatever, man. Harlem, that they grew up with strict parents, but they still got caught up in the street life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because what happened is, like a stepfather don't really want to overstep his boundaries.
Right.
You don't want to say too much. You want to kind of stay in your lane. So it's like the streets raised me. When I finally got a chance to hang out, I started being around all the street dudes. They took a liking into me, and that was it. Like even when I was in high school, I had like all the drug dealers was coming to pick me up from school. Older guys was pulling up in the Jeeps and stuff, picking me up from school, blasting music. And
Right.
next thing you know, I'm in school with jewelry, gold teeth, new clothes every week, money in my pockets. Then I was meeting hustlers that was in school but wasn't going to school, and we was outside cutting class and rolling dice all day. But I did graduate. I did get my diploma, and then I went to business school, but I wasn't really interested in it.
But you wasn't a troublemaker. You wasn't.
No, I wasn't a troublemaker in the beginning.
But you yeah.
I was a nerd / class clown.
I know about you after.
Yeah, I used to always keep the class laughing, and like I knew all the answers, but I would say stupid shit just to make people laugh. Like I get wrong answers just to make the class laugh.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So take us on a journey through but you're in school. You graduated from high school as well, right? Mm-hmm. And after
Jamaica High School.
From Jamaica, you didn't have to do any extra classes, none of that.
Nah.
You still graduated. So you still
the high school diploma.
Right now, we on a good path with Cutmaster C. Still on a good path,
right?
Regardless of who you know.
But I was making tapes. I had started making tapes in school.
In school?
Yeah, I started making tapes because I was listening to Ron G and Kid Capri and Doo-Wop, and I got interested in it, and I started making my own tapes and selling them in school.
So that's how it started for you?
Right, yeah, listening to them.
So listening to them, Ron G, Doo-Wop,
right.
Kid Capri.
SNS, a little bit of SNS.
But who in the hood, though? You from Queens. I'm from the same area, so I know people in the hood. You definitely was inspired by people,
Oh, definitely.
You know
The Dog Times, Grandmaster Vic,
Shout out to Vic.
Buddha Barber. Who else? J. Dellenvello, because I think they went to Jamaica High School with me. J. Del was in some of my classes, and yeah, J. Dellenvello, Baby J. So many people.
So you were there. You probably seen some of these guys play the park jams, stuff like that, and you was around during that era, and watching people like Grandmaster Vic do the blends and stuff live, and seeing that. You know what I'm saying? So
amazing duet.
Shout out to Duet.
I remember the Lost Mr. Cheeks. You know, the park Montebello, the park jams, Redman, all that. So I know the history.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nah, so I'm gonna say so.
And my cousin was a DJ too. Shout out to DJ Mr. F.D.S. He's a DJ, so I used to go to his crib on the weekends and just sit and watch him all night. Watch him DJing, and I started learning from there.
So what was like that first initial time, if you could recall, that you caught like that just it's for DJing, like, yo, nah, this is it now. I gotta jump into this.
When I started making money off of selling tapes.
I'm saying before that though, like when you first initially started to DJ, like when was your first time?
Turn it there because it's blocking his face to me. So just like that.
The first time when I really took a liking into it.
Yeah.
I would say
hold on, spread it out. Look.
Probably when I first started doing a little this way.
No, the other way. Okay, right there.
I would say when I probably started doing like house parties and stuff, I started really getting a rush for it, like seeing watching the crowd react to what I was playing and the thrill, people shooting up the party. You know how the Queen's party was, getting shot up and all that.
Man.
But it was
Stop being modest, please. Stop being on trying to be cool. Let's talk about it. So, were you DJing before you made the mixtapes?
A little bit.
You got the DJ influence from the three that you told us.
The people that I was listening to.
The people you listened to.
Right.
Workers in, what did Mama Love do? What was her occupation?
School, like PTA and all of that.
Okay,
she worked at a bank before, and then she was always involved with the school.
So
that's why we had to really stay out of trouble, because I could be walking through the halls and see my mother in school.
Got you. So you listen to those people. So then, how did you get your first equipment and stuff? Or you went to your cousin? DJ
Nah, I was actually, like I said, it was quick. I was working, I think at Pathmark, and I just kept saving my money. And I bought one turntable for like $50. And my grandmother said she's gonna match it. Whatever I buy, she's gonna match. So I bought one turntable. She bought the other one.
$50.
Yeah, like it was like an Eli. One of them. We got to put a bunch of nickels and pennies on the thing so it don't skip.
Gotcha. I'm like $50.
The Eli's for $49, and then after that I upgraded to the Geminis. I just kept upgrading until I had enough money to get the 1200s. And then the first 1200s that I bought was a used pair from a kid that was in school with me.
I mean, what was the pennies and stuff about? I didn't get that.
They keep the records from skipping when you scratch the records.
What did the pennies do?
It holds the needle. It holds the needles from jumping on the record.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? DJ talk,
pennies
man.
or nickels. Yeah, you put it on. Put like what we put a rubber band or something so it won't jump.
Really?
Yeah.
You know about that?
The turntables that's not like see later on he say about the technique turntables.
Once you get the techniques, you in the game.
Those are official, but the ones before that, you can't really like mix or scratch. Like if you touch the record, it's gonna jump like real quick, easy. So you put a penny or a quarter on top of the needle. It'll hold the weight of the needle on a record, so you can move it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
So I had
I know a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's my boy.
But you're a DJ, right?
Facts.
So of course he know.
Yeah, of course he knows. I just wanted to challenge both of y'all.
I know he was flipping all the answers.
I really do that.
All the answers.
So Then you bought. Okay, so grandma held you down.
She held me down. Yeah, she
Shout
like.
out to grandma.
Yeah, you know, she passed away.
Condolences.
But she held me down for years.
And then you went to the next level.
Yeah, it's where I was finally able to buy the good stuff, the 1200s.
Now, what
And
is
the bigger mixer and all that. And that's what all the DJs are using. That's what's in the clubs. That's like what the Serato is now. That's what the 1200s is.
The Technique.
If you got the Technique 1200s, you a real DJ. You in the game. Because that's what Kid Capri and everybody was using. The gray 1200s.
Facts.
So, at what grade you started selling these CDs and stuff?
I would say 9th grade, 10th grade, in Jamaica High School.
Sophomore. So, I mean, you had to. But how did you? Was it tapes or CDs?
It was tapes. And then I had a lot of the niggas I was hustling pulling me to the side, like, yo, make me a special tape and just shout me out through the whole tape so they can play it in their cars. They give me a list, like shout me out and shout my crew out. And just play all these. I want one side, all Nas records. The other side, all Rakim. They paid me $100 for that, one tape. So once I did that and they got the word, you know, hustlers, you know, everybody want to be the man.
Yeah.
Yo, make me a tape. Yo, make me a tape. So now I'm making like 10 tapes a week.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, tapes, boy. Side A, side B.
Word.
So you're making like 10 tapes a week?
Yeah. And my goal was like, you know, I seen how the girls used to act when they used to see all the cars come up to the school and the music and I said, I got to get a car. So I just kept saving my money and then I was able to buy a car like right before graduation.
Who else was doing tapes at that time?
At that time, Clue was coming up. Clue was out. He's riding around in the Central. Clue, Ike Love. I said Buddha Barber. Definitely Dog Time. Yep.
So all y'all was doing kind of the same, not the same tape, but y'all was doing tapes like that. For
Yeah, but they was kind of already out there. They already had a name buzz. Like,
okay.
It wasn't easy to get your tape in them stores on Jamaica Ave. Like, they gave me a hard time for a while.
So they came before, Clue and them came before you?
Yeah, they was already.
Already.
Clue was already, like,
Okay.
popular.
Got you.
So
I'm not saying he wasn't blown up already, but he was. You going to Ave, that's who you heard.
Right.
Clue or Hollywood, which was Ike Love, but he changed his name to, I think, Hollywood at one time. Buddha Barber, you heard Buddha Barber, and their tapes was like crystal clear. So I had a problem with getting my music to sound clear because I was trying to EQ it, and then one day this guy told me, he's like, stop trying to EQ the music. The music is already EQ'd. Push the EQ button off on the Gemini mixer, and I did that. And then I made a tape, and once I started taking it to the stores, they started taking my tapes.
Oh,
Because my problem was the quality. It was like, the tapes is good, but it's not. It's distorted. Because I used to try and EQ it myself when the music was already EQ'd. It was already mixed down. So, you know, the mixes come with the EQs on both sides. I used to try and add more bass to it. That made it kind of worse. Like, whatever I was doing with the EQ, I wasn't doing it right. So one of the guys in the store said, just push the button off and let's try this again. And I did it, and it worked.
And so did you teach yourself how to DJ? Who taught you, really?
My cousin taught me a little bit. I used to watch him all night, and then I just hands on. I just kept just practicing.
And then
I started with the blends, and I started doing blends. I wasn't doing exclusives. I was doing the blends at first, and then I started working at Shirt Kings. Like, that was my first, I think, summer job. I don't know if you're familiar with Shirt Kings, Coliseum. They used to put the pictures up, and people would go in there and take pictures in front of the pictures.
Oh, downstairs?
With the big rope chains and all that. It was downstairs and upstairs. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
So I was working for them, but I was working like in the front, like collecting the money and stuff, and I started selling tapes.
Inside there.
Right. And I was selling everybody's tapes, not just mine. I was selling Clue, I was selling everybody. But my tapes wasn't flying off the shelves like that, up like the Clue tapes.
Right.
So one day my man came in the store, he pulled me up, he was like, yo, see, man, chill with the blends, yo. Play the new shit. Try that and see what happens. And I took his word and everything changed.
What was the other tapes sound like? Like, what did Clue them tapes sound like at the time? They was
Clue
doing
was
new
playing
music
all
or-
that Biggie shit, he just had all the exclusive shit. Whatever new artist, he had it. Mobb Deep, he had all the shit that we don't know where he was getting it from.
So you jumped into that same kind of lane and basically.
Once my man pulled me, he came in Shirt Kings and
Yeah.
another dude that was hustling getting money, he was like, yo, chill with the blends, yo. Leave that to Vic and them. Do the new shit. And I did it and it worked.
What do you mean it worked? What popped off for you?
I started like getting songs exclusives and it started going off the shelf, sounding like crazy.
Who sent you your first exclusive song?
Let me see. I would say like Nature, Royal Flush, who else? Mobb Deep.
But how'd you get the
AZ.
exclusive? Because you know they wasn't just passing them exclusives out to anybody. Like
dudes that was in the studio with them was sneaking it off to me, passing it off to me.
You paid them?
I ain't saying no names, huh?
I
Yeah,
said-
I would pay them sometimes, and then sometimes I might be messing with a female that know one of them, and would give me the music for free. She'd be like, "Oh, here go a Nas song. Oh, here go such and such song. Oh, here I stole this out of this car. Here, take this." Next thing you know, I got the whole album.
So what was up with the Live from Central Bookings mix?
With 50,
When did that come? Way after?
2003. That's when I started like taking off. That's when the CDs was out, and my name started taking off crazy.
How did that come together?
With the CDs,
With the whole
with
thing?
with 50 or with
yeah,
the
50, yeah.
I think 50 called Fendi and said he's locked up. Blah, blah, blah. He was like, "Yo," we said, "All right, we're gonna go get a tape recorder that you hook up to the phone, and we're gonna record everything." So we ran out to I think Radio Shack and bought one of them old school tabletop recorders. We hooked it up to the phone and everything. He called, and we just started talking. We recorded the whole conversation, chopped it up, and I put the mixtape out.
but did he know y'all recorded it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
What was he locked up for at that time?
for I think some guns, and some bulletproof vests. And this was probably like about a month before they was about to come out with the album.
The album, right? Yeah.
It was about to drop, yeah. The whole G Unit. They got pulled over, I think, coming from Coco Cabana.
They did not get Rich or Die Trying.
The first album, yeah.
He
This
got
was-
locked up before the first album?
Right before the first album came out, he got locked up.
He was already signed to Eminem?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn.
Because MTV heard about the tape that we put out, and they put it right on the best mixtape Mondays, mixtape of the week.
So tell us, okay, hold on. What Fendi do? Fendi?
Fendi, you talking about 50 or 50?
No, who
Big
did
Fendi,
they call?
yeah, Big Fendi, yeah.
So what was your rapport with Big Fendi
He was my manager.
at the time?
He was managing me, and he was managing Who Kids.
Okay.
And he was managing like Red Cafe, Gravy, Dirty Money Records, him and Mike Lighty.
Okay.
So I met Fendi like, I don't know if y'all remember Death of a Dynasty. I met him on the set of that movie, and I introduced myself to him, and we clicked, and we just started doing business together. And we never looked back.
And then he called Fendi, and Fendi gave you the bone.
Yeah, because Fendi and 50 was already cool.
And then you spoke to so when you put that out, I didn't know you got locked up before.
Who, Fifth?
Forgot
Yeah.
that joint.
They got locked up. I think him and the whole G, they got locked up.
All of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they all got locked up. They got right out, but they got locked up. Right in Manhattan. It was all in the Jeep.
Damn.
They had guns and stuff in the Jeep. They got locked up.
Oh, but this says New Year's Eve 2002.
That's when they got locked up.
That's what it says.
And when did the
I think the album came out 03, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
there you
I
go.
think the album came out.
So maybe a month or a couple of months right before it came out, because it was good promotion for the album. It was promotion. That was great promotion.
So he was on the phone and y'all recorded.
He was
that.
telling me what happened, and we was talking and this and that, and I recorded it. Yeah.
But you knew 50 before that, obviously, because
Yeah, I knew 50.
he wouldn't have just let you.
Nah, I knew 50.
Yeah,
Let me see.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember, how did I first meet Fifth? I met Fifth through Chaz. I think I met 50 through Chaz Williams. Rest in peace.
Oh, shout out Chaz. Rest in peace.
Chaz used to manage 50 Cent. 50 used to run around calling himself Boo Boo. And he had the power of the dollar, which never really came out, but he used to stick the stickers up or like by the Coliseum and all that. And yeah, I met 50 through Chaz, I think. And me and Fifth actually had, like, I'm gonna give you this exclusive. Me and Fifth actually had some problems before we got cool.
Really?
50 ran down on me with a knife.
Oh, my
Jumped out on me and pulled out a knife. Right around the corner from the Coliseum.
But for playing his records on the mixtape?
Nah, he jumped out on me and said I tried to get him robbed. Because I'm standing outside. I don't know what I was. I don't know. My girl was getting her nails done in the Coliseum. So I'm just standing outside. I see a GS pull up, a white GS pull up, like right in the back of the Coliseum. I'm standing outside. He jump out. He run down on me, pull a knife out. Like, yo, I heard you trying to get me robbed for my watch, but I'm just looking at him like, yo, what are you talking about, yo? Why would I try and get you robbed? And then he's just looking at me like he was gonna do something. Then he just jumped in the car and left.
It's the first time meeting 50.
That might be the first time I met him. That might be our introduction. I'm trying to remember. That might be me and Fifth's introduction to each other.
Crazy introduction.
That might be me and Fifth's introduction.
I mean, you was a good guy, so how did you get? Why would he think you tried to get him robbed? So you was setting niggas up now.
Nah, yo, Flip, for real. Yo, for real.
I'm saying, why, you a good guy, how you gonna assume you trying to set him up?
Sometimes the company you keep.
You was around some people that wanted. Okay.
I was around a lot of street people, a lot of street dudes.
Got it.
And maybe somebody just threw it in his ear, like, yo, or maybe he just did it just so I could start fucking with him. You know, because after that, we got cool. So what happened after that, honestly, you know, I was with Webb and everybody. Me and Webb's cousin, we ran down on his block that same night. I had a CLK and a Lexus. So Webb drove my Lex. I drove the CLK. We went to God Brewer 134. We jumped out. Mm-hmm. And Webb and Fifth put him to the side. They talked. And Fifth said, nah, it's good. It's a misunderstanding. So Webb was like, all right, yo, we about to do a mixtape. Come to the studio. He's like, all right. Came to the studio, did a freestyle for me.
That's crazy.
And that's the first freestyle he did for me. And on the freestyle, he said, I'm introducing Tony Yayo. He introduced Yayo. And on the freestyle, he did Sticky Fingers. Yeah.
So you was hanging around, you know, I have to, I got to be mindful, man, out of respect for some people, but.
No, hold on. Let's rewind that a little bit. I might have said that wrong. He didn't diss Sticky Fingers. Do y'all remember Sticky Fingers had some kind of boxing match or something? Somebody knocked him out?
The MTV thing?
Something
like that,
years
right?
ago.
He did
Sticky
MTV,
Fingers had a fight, and he got knocked out.
Who did he fight?
He dissed Ja Rule. He told Ja, I give you the Sticky Fingers beatdown or something like that. That's what he said on the mixtape. He didn't diss Sticky. He dissed Ja.
Okay.
This is kind of confusing now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting the shit
right. Now we
right.
at a crossroad.
Yeah, he didn't diss Sticky. He dissed Ja.
No, hold on. Don't speed it up. You know, Webb at the time, and then was...
Webb was managing me at the time.
You know, Webb... Yeah. That's
Yeah,
nice.
Webb. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
managing
shout out to
me.
my family. But you know, Webb was cool with Preem at the time, yes?
Yeah.
So how does that correlate? Was 50 and them not getting along at the time? How does this whole thing correlate?
Back then, I didn't really have all the answers.
Got it.
But as time went on, I started to learn that all sides wasn't good with everybody. Like, this person might be cool with this person, that person might not like that person. So it was like conflict of interest.
Got you.
Because in all reality, I was supposed to be 50's DJ. 50 told me, he pulled me to the side at Def Jam and said, yo, you're going to be my DJ. Shot Money said, yo, you're going to be the DJ. When it was all said and done, they took Who Kid with him.
Why?
And he was like, well, you know, we pick Who Kid. And Who Kid is my cousin, which is Shot Money's cousin. Mm-hmm. He was like, yo, we wanted UC, but we're going to go with Who Kid. I was like, all right.
Was he in a relationship with Webb and him? That might have caused that?
I don't want to really, you know, like I said, sometimes it's maybe the company you keep or conflict of interest.
Did you watch it? You know I know a lot of things, right? You know I know a lot of things, yeah? So that's good. So, you know, shout out to Skane and stuff. So
Shout out to Skane Dollar.
You know, we interviewed Skane.
Yeah, I seen it. That was a good
cool.
interview, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. One of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one.
Yeah, because he doesn't really talk like that. Mm-hmm. But you know that they tried to attempt to sign 50, yes? You know, Clue and them.
See, I didn't know that. I heard Skane say that.
Yeah, you didn't know.
When that happened, I didn't know. No, I didn't know that until Skane said it on your interview.
But you know what's confusing me a little bit? You and Clue had beef.
Right.
So I'm confused. And me and Skane paraphrased out of respect for people. And I'm going to give you that respect as well. But you had beef with some people got hurt. So I'm confused of how Webb was your manager and then good with Skane. That correlation is not making sense to me.
Because I don't know if we speed in the clock because you know, it's so much shit that didn't happen, man. But the time, you know, the time frame is not. We're not. The timing of how we were talking right now, it's like we're going from here to here to here. When me and Clue was beefing, I didn't know who Webb was. You get it?
So you skipped that part.
Well, you didn't ask me that.
No. And that's my problem with you.
Because
you're talking, right?
I'm going by what I'm going. I'm following your lead.
No. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. You like everybody else, not everybody else, but everybody that's close to the situation. You know, you guys speak, and you know, shout out to Nitty, shout out to Webb, and they give the blessings because I'm family. But you know, we also got to be careful. I get the warnings as well. Me personally, I mean, grown men, you
Yeah, we
guys
know
gotta
that,
understand,
Flip.
not
Yeah,
wanting
right,
when you
right.
flip.
We
your
all
kids
men.
and
We
all-
try and be respectful with each
Yeah,
other.
we're trying to
you
be
know.
respectful. So let
Right,
me keep
I'm
that
with you.
perspective, but it doesn't work like that. Because you're talking and you know you're going like this. Shh. No. Slow down.
I'm
Slow
going.
down, Jetsons.
Okay, I'm slowing down, but I'm trying to just follow your lead.
Because
I'm following your lead, Flip.
me and Skane touched on it, and I don't want to say no names. You know, the beef with you and Clue left some people in some peculiar situations. From Cutmaster C and DJ Clue, it got a little sticky at one point.
Right, that's a fact.
It did, and
Yeah.
can you just touch on what happened? Not to get too much,
How did it start?
Yeah.
All right, let me see how we gonna put this. Okay, so like I said, I started making the tapes and started putting the exclusives out. So I was kind of like, I was on his heels. He was running the streets, but I was on his heels. So I got an exclusive, and I sent the tape to Wendy Williams, and I bought her a bottle, and she shouted me out on the radio. And she said, you know how Wendy is. She said, sorry, DJ Clue, I'm putting your tape down now because I got Cutmaster C's tape and it's hot. And that's what set it off. I recorded that, and I put it on the next following tape, and that's what set it off. And she also said that same day, she said, you know, Wendy was like the hottest on the radio. She was like, if anybody knows Cutmaster C, tell him to call me. I want to talk to him. So that's what really started. Like, after that, my name went crazy.
So you sparked it.
I sparked it?
I mean,
Yeah, get him, G.
I mean,
Let's
you
go,
know,
let's-
G.
I'm just saying.
Get it, yeah.
I sparked it. Oh,
Gotta
can
talk
I,
Stop.
hold on. I sparked it because I recorded that?
No, you recorded it and you used it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tactic that
Right.
mixtapes over the years, mixtapes and beef and all that, it all goes together. It gets you hot. That's how 50 got hot, from beefing with everybody.
So you
But
were
I
in the-
never did that to start a beef.
Right, and of course.
It's just controversy.
But what confuses
Controversy sells.
That's a fact.
What confuses
I didn't
me?
do that to let's start a real beef in the streets.
No, of course not.
That wasn't my intentions.
I get
Go
it.
ahead, Flip.
Yeah, you try to talk.
Go ahead, Flip.
What confuses me is that how do you go from being a good kid to you good, and then now you're in a street and getting involved in street situations?
What happens is sometimes it's the company you keep, the more and more you be around people, sometimes you become them or you become like them. You never become them, but just being around certain people and just all that, the way you grew up as a kid is out the door, out the window.
And you choose to keep their names anonymous, yes?
Of course.
Just making sure, you don't want to give us any hints of who you was around.
I'm not going to do that.
I know who you was around.
No, everybody knows who I was around.
But you just want to keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm respecting you.
Yeah.
You sure?
You sure?
Would it be a bad thing to say this person's name?
But honestly, it's not just those people that I was around. I was around a lot of street niggas. There's a
This
lot of.
particular one from Queens. Would it be bad to say his name?
See, now I'm getting confused because you're saying one. So I'm trying to understand you.
Of course you are.
You said this particular one.
These particular groups. It would be bad to show them love, like and good to notice how they were influential in your life at one point. Is that
You can
bad?
say their names because we're not saying about what they were doing or not. We can just throw their names out there without.
Yeah.
Web and Nitty, my managers.
So, but before you met Webb and Nitty,
Oh, you saying because how did that start when I wasn't around them at that time?
Yeah.
Because I was always I had started being around a lot of street dudes.
we heard that earlier. But who was the street dudes before them?
You want me to say names?
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, you don't have to say any names.
There's a few dudes, Manacho.
Yeah. I got the
Flip
list.
got all the answers.
Yeah, I
You
do.
got the list?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's scary.
Because I'm trying to figure out how. No. We gotta.
Joe,
One
he said y'all
thing,
got the list.
one thing I'm not gonna hide though. Like, let me ask you a question. That situation with you and Clue spilled down to the streets. Let's keep it all the way real. It was a real situation that happened. Me and Clue touched on that. Not me and Clue. Me and Skane touched on it.
Right.
Right. So I don't think anybody understand. I remember being a kid and hearing about it because I witnessed the side effects of that issue. But what I'm trying to figure out is that you end up being cool with Webb and Skane, this whole thing. So that's why I want to be walked into that.
Right, you're trying to see how did I get to that.
I want to see the correlation because somebody got, people got affected.
Right. So
you recorded. So Wendy Williams started that. Now,
yeah,
how
Wendy.
did something happen with Clue? Like, how did the whole thing transpire?
So like I said, I recorded that and I put it on the intro of the next mixtape of Wendy shouting me out because I'm like, oh wow, that's big. So I recorded that and I put it on my next tape, and they ran down on me on the Jamaica Ave, Desert Storm. I was with my cousin. It was just me and my cousin. It was wintertime because I know I had a Sherlin on, and I was in my I was in an MPV. We all had MPVs. I had the blue MPV. Remember, Clue had the green one, I believe. So I was on the Coliseum block, just parked up, and I seen them because when I drove up, I seen them. There was a bunch of them. You know, Desert Storm was deep. They was at one of the record stores collecting money, and then they must have seen me come through, and I was parked by the Coliseum. They walked up to my car. Rest in peace, Ron Du. He's like, yo, roll the window down. I was like, what's up? He's like, yo, you gotta apologize to Clue. Clue was standing next to him. I said, I ain't apologizing to him. And Clue wasn't saying nothing. He was like, yo, just keep his name out your mouth, blah, 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 blah. So I said something smart. He said something smart. Me and Ron Du exchanged words, and he snuffed me. I hit him back. He tried to cut me. So I grabbed my Sherlin, and I covered up my face. And he cut the jacket up. So after that, I just pulled off. So that's how the street shit got serious from them, from when they tried to cut me.
But how did you end up meeting up?
Oh.
How did you end up meeting? How did you end up meeting? Oh, wait, hold on.
You said they ran down.
You followed me, right? Y'all followed me, right? We was on the Coliseum.
I followed that.
They was already on the Ave.
The
I
street
pulled
stuff.
up.
The street stuff. How did the second street stuff happen? The big street stuff.
The shootout and all that. That stuff you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
That probably happened maybe that same night or the next night.
Oh.
They tried to cut me.
So a shootout ensued.
Yeah.
And then now this ensued between, and then how did this squash?
All right, so like I said, I started hanging around a lot of gangsters and street niggas, but it doesn't mean everybody had a mind on they how you say it everybody wasn't thinkers. So I had a lot of knuckleheads around me too that was just with the shit. So long story short, they was like, nah, they violated, we gotta go see him. So it just so happened to be, I already knew where they stayed at. I already knew the whole area. I knew that because my grandmother stayed right down the block. So long story short, we came through the block. I think it was his birthday. It was Clue's birthday. They was about to go to the club or whatever, and I think we came through the block. We busted a U-turn, and I'm trying to see who. I think that their side started shooting first. They started shooting, and then we started shooting back. Like, my man jumped out the MPV. It's just like, yo, cut, pull over. The door slid open. Everybody just jumped out my truck and just started shooting. And shots was just being exchanged. And we pulled off. And I was just driving so fast, I actually caught a flat tire. Somewhere, like, by Hempstead, somewhere. We had to get the truck towed, and that was it from that night.
Did it continue?
But it continued. It was like a war. It just kept going. So now they just kept trying to set me up. So now they got stores calling me saying, yo, we need more tapes. Yo, we sold out. My greedy ass, I'm popping up to the spots. I got rid of the MPV because it was hot, so I got rid of it now. So I can't drive this no more. I went and got an Acura Legend. They probably already knew what I was driving. So the store started trying to set me up for Clue. Yo, we need some tapes. We sold out. We need CDs. So I actually went to B Street Records, downtown Brooklyn. And I went down. They gave me money. I gave them more tapes. And when I was walking back to my Acura, my man was sitting in the Acura in the passenger seat. And is it okay for me to say names or what? How are we doing this? Yeah. So, Ron Du ran up behind me. No, Ron Du jumped in the car, jumped on top of my man. As I was getting in the car, he jumped on top of my man. He hit my man in the head with the gun, knocked my man out, and he pointed the gun at me and said, yo, I'm going to kill you, bro. I drove off. So he's on top of my man, I'm driving, and he got the gun pointed to me. I crashed into a light pole. His head hit because I said if I make a scene, he ain't doing nothing. So I crashed into a light pole, and the front windshield hit him in the head. And he was like, "Oh shit!" He jumped out the car and he ran off. We had to get the car towed. Police, everybody started getting involved, started asking questions, and it was like, "Nah, we don't really know what's going on."
I don't think I ever heard this much DJ beef like this in my life, bro. I never really heard stories like this. You know what I'm saying?
So how did that happen? It continued after that, or that was like the slow down?
Once that happened, let's see what happened. Rondu, I don't know how he got my number. Rondu got in touch with me, and we was just like, "Yo." I think he was telling me about the kid that had got hit or whatever. He's like, "Yo, we gotta slow this shit down. This shit getting out of hand, yo." And I was like, "Nah, I agree. Shit is stupid. Whatever." And let's see what happened. I think we just talked it out. We talked it out, me and Rondu, and the shit just started slowing down. And then Clue actually got on the phone with me, and him and my moms was talking and stuff. And Clue was just like, "Yo, but this nigga be trying to sound like me on the tapes and this and that." So him and my mother was just talking back and forth, and after that, it just started slowing down. The beef just started quieting down, and then like every now and then we would send little shots at each other on the mixtapes. He would say something slick, I would say something slick, but then it just really started dying down.
So then, how did the whole thing with Webb and Nitty come into play?
So then Webb and Nitty came home, I think around the same time. I met them through my man from Far Rockaway, my man Mush, that I was dealing with, another street dude. And he introduced me to them, and they wanted to get into the music business. And they was like, "Yo, we already heard about you and Clue. We gonna squash that shit." And like Webb was like, "Yo, I grew up with Clue. We all family. We gonna squash this shit." And we all from the same area. I was like, "All right." So they brought us all together, and we shook hands, and it was over.
Looking back now, like, do you regret putting that clip on the mixtape, or do you feel like that's a part of history that helps you get where you at now? And
I don't regret that. I regret just like being around knuckleheads all the time. Like you can't always just you gotta be you sometimes you gotta be a leader. You know, you got people that just don't care, that's just ready to do whatever, but some things could have been prevented. I definitely regret that. Definitely.
But for the record, you and Clue is good now. We're
good, because I was listening to the Skane interview.
Stories.
Everything didn't go according to how he said it. Like some of it was good, but Webb and Nitty needed an artist because they were starting On Top Entertainment. So my man was telling me about Joe Button, this kid named Mousy, that's trying to get on. I let Webb hear the CD, and Webb let Nitty hear it, and that's when they brought the Skane, and they got him a situation with Def Jam, and we all went on tour together, all of us. And Clue wasn't on our bus, but Clue would pop up to the different shows and stuff. And we would all be together, all in Miami together. We had the parties together. Clue was having like private parties at the Lowe's. I'm right up in there with them. Me and Clue shaking hands with each other, walking down the block. It was like the beef was over.
Did you ever meet the guy that might have got hurt in that situation? Did you?
I don't even know who he is.
They just told you about him.
They told me about him, but I don't know no names. I don't know who he is.
We ain't saying no names. No.
Right.
But you never met him. You never saw him face to face.
Nah.
Okay. So, wow, all that happened, and you don't regret it, but you was around knuckleheads. You felt like
I definitely regret what happened.
Respect.
I definitely regret that. I would never with somebody that's innocent that has nothing to do with nothing. I regret that. I regret niggas like just run up on the block and shooting and all that. I regret all that. I regret it.
Respect. So let's go. What happens next? So you on tour with them?
So we're all on tour, and we got Joe Button out. He signed with Def Jam, and Skane is involved. I'm pushing Joe. Clue's pushing Joe. Envy's. It's all love. Me, Envy, Clue. We all pushing Joe Button. He had the big record of the summer, Pump It Up. They made me Joe Button's DJ. We all sitting at the table eating together and everything, breaking bread. Me, Skane, Webb, Nitty, all of us sitting together eating.
What's your relationship with Envy?
Me and Envy always been good. We had I had a little situation with his man that used to host the state Splash. Me and Splash used to be cool. We used to hang out all the time, and then a little situation with Splash that So me and Splash had kind of fell out for a little while. But we
Which
kind of
I
squashed
fell
that too. Flip know all he know all the answers. But the situation with Splash, they had Capone and Nori dissing me on the mixtape, on the Envy mixtape. Talking about they looking for me because I leaked their album. I leaked like half of their album. And Envy put it on the tape. And Splash is the host, the MC. So I'm like, damn, you supposed to be my man. How you let that out like that? So we ran down on Splash. My niggas ran down on Splash and chased him down the block and all that.
This game was different back. Oh my God.
You think anybody gonna feel the way that you was talking like this?
I think I'm really being humble right now.
Oh.
What, did you speak? Who did you speak to before you did this interview?
I spoke to a few people.
And what did they tell you?
They said just go do the interview.
Right.
Like don't go crazy. They said just do the interview. Cause I'm gonna check in and see like yo, should I do the interview? Cause I know Flip been asking me for a while. So out of respect, I'm still gonna check in with everybody.
You know that way my family. You know I consider.
Yeah.
He took care of me. He talks highly.
I didn't know the exact relationship until like I came home, and I started hearing about you. So there's like I think he's your uncle or something like that. Cousin. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know exactly the relationship, but Webb was like, nah, that's my man. Go ahead and do it. Yeah.
What Nitty said?
Said the same thing. He said, do it.
Nitty crazy. I ain't seen him yet. Yo, I saw when I was a kid. I saw
Nitty's a ghost. Niggas ain't gonna never see Nitty.
Yeah. But he be watching. He watches.
He knows everything. He probably got anonymous names on the social media. He knows everything that's going on.
Fisher, I got a lot of respect for those brothers. That's why I don't want to, like, even with,
and even if y'all feel like I said too many names or whatever, just
Yeah, of course.
Take it out,
of course. Even with Skane, like, Skane, we did the interview. That's one of my favorite, but, like,
I could tell he wasn't saying a lot. Skane is a good dude, though, man. I got a lot of respect for Skane.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, though, like, but it's just, like,
because, I mean, for us to, like, what me and Clue went through, all these, over the years, and then for me to be able to just go on tour with them, that was, like...
That's a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Skane had a lot of control.
He did have a lot of control.
Skane had a lot of control. They was already in the building with Def Jam. They was with the big heads, Leo Cohen and everybody. So for them to give me an opportunity, that was big.
And that's because Webb and Nitty and them, they really squashed it. They kept
really squashed it. It had even came to a time where we went, because Clue had his office in Def Jam. I think me and Webb and his man Fresh went up there to see Clue one day. And Webb actually asked Clue, he was like, yo, why don't y'all do a mixtape together, man? Like, on something, you see how Jay-Z and Nas came together.
Right,
like, yo, that'd be real big for Queens. Why don't y'all come together and do it? And I was with it. Me and Clue said, what's up to each other? I'm in his office. But Clue started laughing. And Clue was like, I don't know about all that, man. What would the people think? And we just left it at that. Clue was like, I don't know. What would the people think about that?
Shout out to
But me and Envy did taste. I did taste with everybody. Envy, K-Slay, but me and Clue never did nothing together.
I mean, shout out to Clue, man. Definitely a legend.
Legend, I respect Clue. Like,
yeah. Hard-headed.
Clue, yeah, hard. But
hard-headed.
He was motivation. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's the first DJ that I seen coming through Jamaica Avenue and Benzes and BMWs and all kind of cars, and I was like, yo, I gotta get to that level.
Off the mixtapes.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, how's he making all this money off of mixtapes? And I just started. At one time, I was still taking the trains, and I would get off and just follow the music, and then walk into the stores. Clue was in every single store. Every store.
You heard about him also being a hard-headed man, meaning like nobody.
Oh yeah.
Nobody could really force Clue to do.
Nah, they can't tell him to do nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Shout out to Clue. So what happened next? So now you with them, you on tour, Joe Buttons.
Right, 50 G Unit was blowing up. I was just trying to find my way, man. Still pushing artists, just getting to it. Still putting mixtapes out, and then it got to the DVDs, and that was a whole nother level. So that was more money because now I'm pushing DVDs and mixtapes. So it was like the drug game.
But you wasn't in the drug game.
I wasn't in the drug game, Flip.
You sure?
I think Flip knows like everything about everybody.
And the reason,
Flip is different.
The reason why is because I think it's the connection. People don't. I know a lot.
I know. I could tell.
I surprised Skane.
I could look through
Skane
and
like
tell.
he was
Like,
around
Flip,
like It's like a sponge, just around being a kid.
Observe
being
it, and
yeah.
you're
And
smart,
when I spoke to
man.
Skate in the hallway, that's why I laughed because I remember talking in the hallway. He's like, "Wait, hold on, let's okay." So we came to the, and it was so official. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, and he was surprised, man. And shout out to Skate, man. You know,
Shout out to Skane.
you know, man of his word, and you know, it's
For the
just-
record, I got a lot of respect for Skane, respect for Clue. Guys, they really did it big for Queens.
So you go on tour, you come off tour. Web and Nitty's the managers.
Mm-hmm.
When did things take a turn?
The album didn't really go in the direction we really thought it was, as far as like sales wise and stuff.
What's
So,
up, Joe Budden? Come on.
yeah, you know, he had that one song that was big, but it really didn't go to where we wanted it to go. So I just kept doing my thing, and I think after that, me and Fendi really started getting tight, and we started pushing Gravy. We got a situation for Gravy. We got him to deal with Warner Brothers, and I got a check for that. What else? So I became Gravy's DJ. I was making money with them, and then I started dealing with a kid named Uncle Murda.
Okay.
and I think it was a Brooklyn thing where everybody wanted to be the king of Brooklyn. Like everybody wanted to be under Jay-Z, like the next thing from Brooklyn.
Right.
Mano had came home and Web and them introduced me to Mano. I started pushing Mano. So now I'm pushing Mano, I'm pushing Uncle Murda. Gravy's looking at it like, yo, you know, I'm not getting the shine that I'm supposed to be getting no more because you're dealing with all these other kids. So they all started beefing with each other. Now we got shootouts in front of Hot 97. Yep. Gravy mysteriously got hit. So they banned it from the radio. And it messed the album sales up because his album was supposed to drop. And I guess, I don't know if Warner Brothers got scared to put the album out, but it was like Gravy had got blackballed. There was a lot of street shit going on with the Brooklyn guys that I was putting out.
And guess who's behind all of that?
Cool, Flip.
Take a guess.
I'm trying to think. There's so many DJs out here, Vince. You was behind it, Flip?
Nah, you.
Me?
Why? Yeah, Gravy had
Yo, I was innocent.
Gravy had a right to be upset. You don't think he had a right to be upset?
With me?
You were the one that was pushing.
And I kept pushing him. But you can't just be you can't take up the whole mixtape when you got other up and coming artists that's hungry too. And they sound hot.
What did Gravy want you to do?
You know, a lot of artists always want to be number one on the mixtape. That's like the most important thing. So I started like switching up. Like, let me put Uncle Murda number one on this one. Let me put Mano number one on this one. Like giving everybody a shot. And they all started beefing with each other. Yeah. Where a lot of street shit got involved and guns and a lot of dumb shit started happening.
Interesting. And how did you remove yourself from that situation?
I started, really what happened was me and Uncle Murda started rocking heavy. And Uncle Murda got a record deal. I just kept pushing Murda.
He got signed because of you, or he just...
I helped contribute to it. It's not, I don't take 100% credit.
Right.
Me, Greenland, his
Man.
manager's manhood, and his relations. And Murda had the streets. Because I kept pushing him. He had the streets. Murda, like, he had the streets on lock. Like, it was no more Gravy. Uncle Murda was like, he was the new 50 Cent. And I was just pushing him crazy. Yeah.
Interesting. So
You had News. I don't know if y'all remember News. He was Block Gang. He was with Envy and them.
yeah.
These dudes started putting out freestyles dissing Gravy and who shot Gravy. It was just a lot of shit going on, man.
Who shot Gravy? So Gravy was still mad at you?
Gravy never really said he was mad at me. It's just like, we grew apart. Me and Gravy kind of grew apart, but he never really stepped to me like, yo, I'm upset with you. That never came out of his mouth.
Right.
It's
But
just,
don't you think he had a right to be upset? You was DJ. You pushing other niggas.
listen, when it comes to mixtapes, you should be able to push everybody.
Respect.
When you putting mixtapes out. Because I still was putting out Gravy mixtapes with just me and Gravy. So many Gravy mixtapes that we were still putting out. I got arrested in Miami for promoting Gravy's parties and his mixtapes. I'm throwing them all over the floor in Miami, and they locked me up for that.
So you
in
feel
front of
like
everybody.
you did your just do as
Yeah.
far as being his
Yeah.
the DJ and
If
person
Gravy see
behind
me
it.
right now, it's no problems. Me and Gravy good.
Right.
What else industry issues you had?
And then the faces he making, he gives me this look. He said he got the sneaky look. We spoke about Fifth, right? Gravy, Uncle Murda.
Spoke about Joe.
Capone and Nori. Mobb Deep. They felt I played too many of their songs. They told me to meet them at the studio. They want to talk to me. So of course, I was on point. So I called my man from Mush that actually introduced me to Webb and them. I said, yo, Mobb Deep telling me to come to the studio. They want to talk to me. I played too many of their songs. So Mush was like, all right, let's go. So we went, we pulled up with like 30 niggas from Far Rockaway. And we squashed it right there in the studio.
Studio in Queens that they had?
In Manhattan.
Oh.
We all walked up in the studio. A bunch of cars outside with hazard lights on. We squashed it.
And who else? Capone and Noriega. What happened to Capone and Noriega?
Well, all they did was the drop. They did the drop. I actually seen Capone like a month ago. That's my man. I was with Royal Flush. He was supposed to come tonight, Flush, but we good. I played the songs. They put it on the beginning of Envy and Splash put it on the beginning of the mixtape. And said when they see me, they gonna lump me up and buck me and all that. Buck me, they gonna shoot me and all this. So we got on the phone with Nori, my man that was cool with I think Nori's man Uncle Wise, and we talked it out. We squashed it over the phone.
You were wrong in that situation. You played half the.
I was wrong, yeah, but in that
era,
I acknowledge that I was wrong, Flip.
Right now, say it.
I was wrong for leaking half of Capone and Noriega's album, The War Report, on the record. Acknowledgement.
Yeah, accountability. That's today's
I take
word.
full responsibility. I was wrong.
Good.
But I'll tell you one thing. Listen. One thing about mixtape DJs, we help promote the artists.
Facts.
And we don't hurt their record sales. We only help it. Because 50 actually, that's something we left out. 50 actually got mad at me for leaking a snippet right before his album came out. He really got mad at me and Fendi. And I'm like, this is where you came from. You came from the mixtape era. Don't switch up on us now because you with Eminem and all this. Don't switch up on us.
It was in the club?
No, it was a snippet of the album. Like Many Men and all that, but it was only a couple seconds. So I played the songs on the mixtape. Like a few days before the album came out. He's like, yo, this nigga leaked my album. Nigga still went 100 times platinum.
Right.
All we doing is helping promote. This is what we started doing. Why would we stop now?
Did he call you? He got on the phone with you, or he just said?
I think Sean Money was like, yo, Fifth mad at you. He mad you leaked the album. But you got to remember.
And you was like, so?
And I was like, so you got to remember, like, when all these record companies was blackballing you and not trying to fuck with you, and I was the one that was still pushing you.
Well, Columbia,
they dropped him.
Dropped him, right?
Because he got shot up. They dropped him. They were scared. Look at Warner Brothers. They were scared when Gravy got shot. So I'm the DJ that's no matter what, I go for the underdogs. I'm going to push you. But then when the checks come, they forget.
You weren't outside that day with whatever happened with Gravy at Hot 97.
I wasn't there, no. I was home. I was in Jersey.
So
I got a phone call.
Did you ever? I was in Jersey. I was home. Chef showing off.
I'm giving details. I'm not showing off, Flip.
I got a house in Jersey. All right, wow.
You got a house in Jersey, Flip?
Don't worry about me.
It sound like that's what you just said. It's not like you said you got a house in Jersey.
It doesn't matter if I did or didn't, but I'm mocking you.
I didn't say I had a house in Jersey.
You said I was at home in Jersey.
I said I was at home. You said what you just said. No, I was at home. I was home in Jersey.
What does that mean?
That means you're doing good. You know, you're doing good. You're making money.
Sound like mixtape money to me.
Flip, you serious?
I'm on some rat shit today. I'm on some serious shit today. Hey, don't call me.
Hey, flip the script.
The man said he was the man said he was charging $100 of the mixtape money. He was getting bread. He was getting bread in high school.
So let me ask you.
Oh, happy birthday to Fendi too. Today, Fendi birthday.
Happy birthday to
Salute,
Fendi.
Fendi, happy birthday. I gotta get up with him after this.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever Cause I heard about you on the radio. You ever went up there and played at all?
A little bit. DJs hated me. They used to hate on me, so they wasn't trying to really let me get my shine and get a spot on the radio.
Who you think didn't like you the most?
Damn.
Other than Clue at the time.
But him and Clue squashed at the time.
Yeah, probably at the time. I know he didn't like, but a few DJs I know Absolute didn't really like me. We had to we beat Absolute up. Why y'all make them faces like I'm not the bad guy? They started this shit with me.
God. He started with you?
They started.
Absolute's a nice guy, man.
Absolute's a nice guy, but he's sneaky. So you know the store list was like, that's where the money really came from, like the out of town stores. And so me and Absolute was friends, and he was like, "Yo, send me a list over. I'm gonna send you a list back." I sent him a list of like 100 stores that he didn't have. I said, "Now send me a list." He never sent me the list. He just kept like giving me the runaround. So I was with a few guys. We seen him in the club one night, and we beat him up.
Why you didn't have a conversation with him? Why did you take it to
We
that
tried.
level?
We
You're ignorant.
We tried to talk to him, Flip.
You went from a guy that
Flip.
been good in school. No. Let me get at you. I'm tired of you. I heard a lot about you. That's why I'm on you. I got all my notes, my street notes here. You see, I can't say anything.
I'm a good guy.
You went from being good in school to now terrorizing and fighting DJs in the clubs. You should not have touched him. You should have spoke to him to the side.
Let me see what happened. Oh, I think I did try to speak to him the night of the club. Shout out to my man World, Nitty, and all of us. We was on the club that night, and I think I said something to him, but he didn't know. He thought I was by myself. So he said something slick to me. And my man was like, "Come here, let me talk to you." And I was all good, it's all good. And he just rocked him to sleep, just hit him. And everybody just crushed him. His man tried to jump in, and they was leaving the club on stretchers.
I've never seen or been around this much DJ beef in my 20 years of DJing, bro.
Yo, Flip, come on, Flip, man.
Left in stretches?
I ain't never
stretches. Yo, Flip.
Don't disrespect them.
All right. So really, nothing happened that night. We shook hands and we talked it out.
When you say straight ambulance came, for real?
Yes, ambulance came. Hammer Style Ballroom. We had to make a movie. He disrespected me.
Did you ever speak to him after?
I think I seen him again. I think we said what's up to each other. That was about it. We never did business again though.
So
if I see Absolute right now, we probably just say what's up to each other and that's it. It would never be like no.
You think Absolute would acknowledge that he was? So Absolute is absolutely wrong in this situation. Yes.
As far as it's like he robbed me. Like you could be a nice guy and still rob somebody.
Yeah.
I gave you 100 stores.
I get you though. So you gave him a bag basically.
Each store you're making at least the minimum $100.
Facts.
So I gave you 100. Whatever list you had, I gave you 100 more stores that you didn't have, and you didn't pay me back. So I'm wrong.
Okay. I know there's more.
Thomas, yeah.
What's up?
Don't worry, Tom.
I'm trying to run down.
I like you, man.
Oh, he cool?
I like you too, man.
Oh, that's
funny guy, man. Oh, no, don't do it. Whatever y'all about to do, don't do it. Yo, where my man? We reach your phone. What's going on?
That's the first time somebody was like, no. Usually I'm like, give it.
You feel the invisible box. The invisible box. He don't deserve that yet. He didn't say that good yet.
Huh?
So, what else?
Who we at? We did Gravy, Uncle Murda, 50. Then it just kept going. I still working. Then I meet a guy named French Montana. He's putting out Cocaine City DVDs. Mm-hmm. And we introduced ourselves to each other, and we started hanging out. We started rocking like all the time, like putting our DVDs out together, and I started helping him promote his music through his DVDs and my mixtapes. Mm. And he took off. I ain't seen him. Mm. I haven't seen him, but I'm gonna see him soon.
Yo,
what you need to see him for?
Nah, that's my man. We text each other. We call each other. We cool. That's my man. We good. I haven't seen him. I love him.
What you need to see him for?
Sure?
That's my brother. That's my man. Nah, we good. We good.
I think
that's my man. That's my brother.
I feel like underlined.
But
I feel like underlined.
But what? Wait, hold on, G. But what?
Flip is bad.
Nah, I'm listening. That's what I'm saying. I feel like underlined.
Nah, broken promises. Like
he's indirectly saying.
As a man, you got to keep your word.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he indirectly telling these people right now.
Yo, Flip, where you going, Flip? Flip, what's going on, Flip?
Yo, man.
Listen, man. I'm telling you.
With you, bro? See? All that slick talk.
He's expressing himself. That's what he's doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, listen.
He's expressing himself.
Put yourself in my shoes.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish. I feel like Cut is indirectly looking for the flowers right now, bro.
That I never got.
He put a lot of people on, a lot of people in position.
And everybody forgets. But I'm the bad guy.
I'm hearing his voice.
These guys tell me, "Oh, I love you," and this and that, and when I get on, you coming with me, and then they forget.
Nah, it's time.
The only one, honestly, the only one that kept it real with me was Fendi. That's my best friend. That's my day one.
He's a good guy.
Jay the Kids, Fab, they all fuck with me because of Fendi. All the real dudes, real people for real.
So French Montana promised you what, and how did you contribute? Because he
French wanted me to be his manager, and I was like, listen, he does do paperwork. I said, nah, we don't gotta do paperwork. I'll take your word as a man that we rocking together.
That was your choice. You decided not to do.
Yeah, that was my right. That was my choice.
So you take. All right,
So that was not being professional when it comes to business.
strike against you.
Of course,
All right.
I acknowledge that.
So what do you think? How have you contributed to the Cocaine City? How did you contribute to that? It's Cocaine DVD or Cocaine City, right? Isn't it Cocaine?
I didn't really contribute to that. I contributed to
The music
me
part.
pushing his music on my mixtapes. And me being the first DJ to put his face on my mixtapes and my CDs.
And what song did you help pop? You felt
None of them. I just helped push him from the streets, from the underground era. And us being friends and bringing in New Year's Eve at my crib every year. Because we wasn't going out. We wasn't with the nonsense. So you're in my crib. We're bringing the balls dropping. We're popping bottles together every year.
And when did it change? Yeah, you know everything. Yeah, when did it change?
We grew distance. I moved down south to North Carolina because I went down there to open up a store. Fendi was already down there. My man Mike Lighty was down there. So we kind of grew apart. We were still cool, though. And French started rocking with Max B and Chinks and them. But we still was cool. We still was rocking. And we kind of we grew apart a little bit. But we still was, when it popped, I got you.
So when the pop, what happened?
I didn't get anything.
Well, why should you have got something? It gotta be more to the story.
Okay, even if I don't get nothing, put a person in position. You don't got to give me no money. Give me a job.
Did y'all speak?
We speak all the time.
What's wrong? Once
he
he first
There's
popped,
a million text messages in my phone. We talk.
once he first popped, did you guys still speak frequently?
He said, "Yo, you gonna be my DJ." The same thing everybody else said. Yo, he said, "Yo, it's on. You my DJ."
And it didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen.
So what's holding all these people back from bringing you along
Streets.
the streets?
Right, but I'm not in the streets no more.
I mean, you just came home, nigga. What the hell are you talking about?
We're talking about back then.
Yeah, G,
We're talking about back then.
But I thought we had like present time right now. Like,
Nah,
Nah,
not yet.
I thought,
Not yet.
help me, I need help, y'all.
Not yet. We're talking about.
But it's crazy. Like, I think this was what was the BET Awards about a week ago? They FaceTime me, French and Smack and Fendi FaceTime me at 5 a.m. You know they on LA time. I'm laying in the bed. They calling me, laughing and joking. Yo, what's up? Man, I'm just looking at this nigga French like, yo, man, when you coming to see me? Yo, I got you. We your day ones. I was like, all right. And this is just like last week or 2 weeks ago.
What about Smack?
Smack don't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
Smack a good dude.
Shout
We
out
never.
Smack.
Yeah,
Go
Smack
to
do his thing.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my man.
I was just a fan of his DVDs. That's all. We were all from Queens, but we never did no business together. Yeah.
So you feel like French owed you something, but you talk to him now, so you get past it.
You know what French owe me? Just pull up on me. You don't owe me $1. Just pull up on your man. That's all. Come see your man. You know my mother's in the hospital on life support. You know all this because you know everything, and you ain't pull up on me yet.
I see.
He knows my mother. Like, we all sat at the table, broke bread, ate dinner together, everything.
Right.
And I haven't seen you yet.
How does that make you feel?
It makes you feel bad. Where's the loyalty?
So what he said to you on the phone the other day?
Every time yo, I'm coming to see you. He always said, I'm coming to see you. That's all.
So when he did the video in New York, because you know he shot a video.
Yeah, I always find out at the end, like, people call me, like, yo, your man is in town. I never catch up with him.
Get your emotions together.
I never catch up with him.
Get your
Yo, Flip, because you doing this to me. Yo, Flip.
Okay, your eyes got watery.
Yo, you said no. I'm sweating. You got me sweating. You got questions.
You sweating in
My
your
eyes
eyes?
ain't watery. Don't do that, Flip.
Your eyes
Your eyes
sweating?
got watery.
Nah, I'm sweating.
His eyes are sweating. His eyes are sweating.
Nah,
Thank you, yo. I'm sweating. Look at my head. Yo, Flip, for real, Flip. Don't do that, Flip.
I gotta do it.
Don't do it, Flip.
Let's
call French. Let's call French. See if he pick up.
Is it because
Let's see if he pick up the phone.
I want to ask you seriously because your eyes. I watch your eyes just change in front of my eyes. So is it because?
Oh, probably because I mentioned my mom's.
Is it Mama Love?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. That's now you making me a little emotional. Don't do that to me.
No, we're not gonna do that because you making me emotional.
Nah, your eyes got watery. Your eyes got watery. His eyes got watery right in front of me. I'm like,
His eyes were sweating, bro.
I'm
Don't worry
sweating.
about it, man.
You know.
His eyes sweat.
So and Mama Love had a lot of love for
Yeah, they always talked on the phone. I talked to his moms.
Got it. Okay, so pull up French. You know what I'm
So
saying?
Fred the Godson died last year? He texted me, he said, yo, shit getting real, yo. I got to pull up on you, son. I got to come see you. That's it. I still ain't seen him.
So when he was just in New York, he shot a video.
He's been in New York a million times. I still love him. That's my man. Like, he might pick up the phone right now and just start smiling at me, laugh, but I have not seen him in person.
So why don't you go see him?
I'm thinking about it.
So
He just wants his flowers, man. That's all. He just wants his flowers. I think
he
deserves it. Facts. He deserves the flowers.
Oh, what y'all looking at? What's going on? Wow.
He made a little emotional.
He's sweating in the eyes, man. I gotta put the box right there.
Yeah, I need the box there.
He's sweating in the eyes.
Right there. So you moved down to NC. So after thing happened with Gravy situation,
right?
But you was rocking with Uncle Murda.
Uncle Murda, yeah. And then French.
What did that in French?
Uncle Murda, that's my man. Murda, my man. He got a couple of record deals and stuff. I never got a check, but it is what it is.
Did he promise you a check?
He didn't promise me a check, but we spoke like when
Some
me and
things
Murda
supposed to be just.
When me and Murda started rocking. You know, you always had that talk with the artist when you getting to know each other. And me and Murda know the truth. We went to Myrtle Beach together, and we had our alone time. Like his GMG niggas, they went on about. We rode in my Range Rover one night, and we just smoked some weed and we talked. He's like, yo, when it pop, I got you. So the first check, he was like, he got to take care of some family shit. I'm like, all right. The next check, nothing. The next check, nothing. They had about 3 record deals.
So at what point do you wake up and be like, you know what, I got to get paperwork done. I got to get.
At this point.
At this point, okay, gotcha.
It's all about me having my own artists and signing directly to me. Paperwork is very important. I say that to everybody. You only get what you negotiate. And I think Lenny said that from Rockefeller. You only get what you negotiate. So I blame myself, really.
So you go to North Carolina.
Right.
To open up, what type of store you open up?
Like a mom and pop store, like T-shirts, DVDs, magazines.
What year was this?
2009.
When you got locked up?
2010.
And you came home 19. You did 9 years.
19. 8.5. Girls attract themselves to me. I'm a ladies' man.
G.
Let's go.
I'm a ladies' man.
G, don't hype him, G, no.
Listen.
Don't hype him, G, don't hype him.
Listen.
Talk
If they say we just want you to be a driver and this and that, I'm with it. Fuck
No,
it,
you
let's
said
go.
you was a ladies' man. Let's talk about that talk. Let's talk.
No, we ain't.
Talk your shit,
I ain't getting me in trouble.
Talk your shit,
No,
cut.
I'm not a ladies' man. I take that back.
This is all old news. This ain't nothing new. I don't know who you dealing with now, but that's old news. Like we just doing nothing new. Talk your talk real quick, man. Yeah, man. Ladies, man. Cutmaster. Come on.
I'm a good guy.
Why they like you for?
Because I'm a people's person. I'm a good person to hang out with.
And what they liked about you?
I'm a nice guy.
What you do for them?
You Flip, you serious?
What you do for them? What you did for them that made them feel special and comfortable?
Talk to them, hang out with them, make them laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what he did, right?
Gino.
You know all the girls like that, right?
G.
Cause he cool, man.
No, you deserve it.
He cool.
You don't deserve that, G.
Thank you. No, leave it. Don't take it back. Leave it. Thank
You
you.
was just scared of the box earlier. You said what that doing over there?
Because y'all said it was flowers. I thought y'all were going to give me some flowers or something,
You ain't
man.
throwing flowers.
What's going on?
That's a big flower right there.
G.
That's a big flower right
Trick
there.
me, man.
Yo, G is my man.
Oh, G. What made you come out? If you would have went to trial, what you would have
I
got?
could have been facing 15, 20,
So what did you come out to?
to 10.
10 years flat?
120 months.
What's your first day like?
My first day, trying to be low and not. I didn't want nobody noticing me. And then after a while, everybody started noticing me. And then next thing you know, I'm walking the yard with 100 people.
So you was good.
Yeah, I was good my whole bit. Yeah.
You had any bad experiences in jail?
Yo, I had no bad experiences.
At all? No issues?
I would say maybe in the beginning in the county, maybe a little young kid might maybe try to try me, and we had a little put the towel on the door when we fought. But once I started doing my time, everything was smooth.
Oh, okay.
I ran with the New York car. A whole bit. Yeah.
Did you beat him up or he beat you up?
I'm not gonna be cocky like I beat him up. I would say it was a tie.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, I beat him up. Nah, it was. We got our shit off and we shook hands after that. We probably ate together that night.
That's real.
Bring us to the time when during your whole bit, like who was there for you?
Fendi and my family.
Man, shout out to Fendi.
Yeah,
He holds you down for a
it's
long
my
time.
day one. All these rappers, none of them was there. And when I came home, Jadakiss looked out for me. Fabulous looked out for me. That was it.
Because shout out to Fendi, man. I remember we had an interview up here.
Did y'all do Fendi yet? Yeah.
No, we interviewed who we interviewed to talk about Fendi, the fight with Fendi, Sub-Zero.
Oh yeah. When all that was going on was around the time that right before I went in. I remember. I remember that fight.
I spoke to Fendi on the phone. He like, Flip, you crazy, man. I said, yeah, I know. And then he was like, man, that stuff is old. And
he didn't want to do the interview or something.
Nah, he didn't say he didn't want to do it. No. He didn't say he was gonna holler at me, but we were just like, he was just like, it's old, Flip, like that shit is old. That shit ain't about nothing. And he was because what's the guy name? Sub-Zero was upset.
Yeah, I know Sub-Zero.
He was extremely upset. Even during the interview, like he was still upset. And then, he was just saying to me, Fendi was like, man, this is old, man. Like, why is he still upset? Like, that's how he explained it to me. Like, why is he still upset?
Got you. Okay.
That's what it is. It's crazy. Life is crazy.
Flip, I definitely fuck with you, Flip. Like you, I told you, I think we was on live like a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, Flip is me, but 1,000 times over. Like, Flip is the old, like, Flip don't hold no punches. And that's what's getting.
But people, you know what? K. Slay said that this podcast causes a lot of street trouble.
It does. It probably does. I don't know.
No, he said that.
I think it's like, I think the podcast game is like the new mixtape game, but on a whole nother level. Because it's not for everybody.
No, but he told me our podcast. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, y'all got the most controversial. Y'all me 10 years ago.
But how we got the controversy when people talk? I don't understand, G.
I don't even if it's I don't know how real it should be or whatever. But every time I'm always getting calls or I'm seeing everybody's after you, Flip. Everybody in the industry. So now is Flip a bad guy? No, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's doing what he got to do. Flip is getting to the bag.
But why they mad if they're talking about?
Because you're winning.
It's talking.
Because you're winning, Flip. Because you're winning.
Because we know pinpoint stuff.
Yeah.
That's a trick.
You do your homework.
And I knew by mistake. I was just there around waving it. I remember waving, sitting in the car and talking about all that. That's how I knew about cut.
Right.
Because when the person that got, affected in a situation raised me. Was one of the people that raised me, and that's how I found out about everything. You know what I mean? And then, it was just, and then.
Well, I still feel like we can sit here and ask questions all day long, but the people who sit on this couch are the ones who answering the questions. You know what I'm saying? So it's not us telling the story we wasn't there.
Right.
Or, Flip might have been there.
Even if y'all heard something, y'all still want to know. Like,
we ask
tell
them,
us. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from the horse's mouth.
They get mad at me, get mad at Flip about it.
How did y'all get to that? Like, so y'all not doing nothing wrong. But
that whole blood stuff we doing that whole era, they was like, yo, what y'all doing? This,
They mad at you. I'm
like, yo.
I always did the back, but you always come out as a good guy, and it's unfair. I want them to get mad at you.
You asked the hard questions.
Like you asked that whole stuff with the.
That was him. He told me that as the question.
That whole thing you quote with Stack Stone and them. And they mad at me. They cussed me. They didn't say, G Money, my man, F Queen, Flip that clown. Huh? He asked it.
This is a lot of stories I don't even know about.
He asked wrong,
I did ask that.
And you don't cut him out the fence. You're like, and you laugh. That's wrong. That's why I got mad at you. Why you always laugh at me when they get me?
Now, I got a question I'm going to ask y'all. Because y'all the top of the game right now. Like, y'all the top. Shout out to Nori, drink champs. But do y'all feel like y'all going to run into dudes sometimes it's going to be a beef with some of these guys? Like, do you feel like you got to watch your back or anything?
Nah.
Honestly.
Nah.
I feel like y'all can just go to a club and just be there.
Of course.
I'll be
outside. I'm still outside working. I'm outside. I mean, Flip be not that he's hotter than them, but he be chilling. Like he don't really be out.
So he don't really got to worry about nobody that's really trying to run down on him.
He just don't be. So I'll be outside. Like
they gotta like They gotta catch me at
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
You gotta
saying. Say like we all at an event. We might be in the BET Awards or Miami or something. Can you walk down the?
Of course.
Can you just walk down Miami?
we
You know
good.
why? Because you know what? I think my style of interviewing, sort of puts me in the middle. So I'm not like, oh yeah, like look what I said. Let's talk about Absolute situation. I'll
Right,
give you an
right.
example. I'm on Absolute side. I said you attacked. So Absolute can hear it and be like, yeah, man, Flip. You know, I have a way. I have a
already
unique
know.
style. I figured
Yeah,
out
I
my
figured
niche.
that. Yeah.
You know what I mean, I have a niche. You know, a niche or whatever that stupid word is.
Niche.
Do you think
Niche
people
is
are gonna
good.
be mad at this interview?
Oh.
Like a few names that we mentioned.
I don't know. My main concern is Web and Nitty, honestly, and you know, and those are my concerns. I don't think we disrespected. I mean, rest in peace. He's a Rondu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think.
And like I said, me and Rondu, we squashed it before
Right.
anything happened with Rondu or whatever. We talk like men.
I think-
was
I
like,
think-
yo, let's leave this shit alone.
I think anybody who feels away just, you know, like, it not be mature. Like, we all grown now.
We're grown now,
These
and
are
like I
stories
said,
that
as a
happened
man,
10,
I
15
wish it
years
would have
ago.
never happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these are old stories.
glorify it. And
Nah, I
besides
don't
that
glorify it at
part,
all.
I want to cut out because you know I'm gonna
Yeah,
cut out part.
yeah,
you know
cut
what I
out
mean?
the crazy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But
hold
even
on,
the young
okay,
guys
part.
that's watching this interview, like,
hold on. I'm only cutting out the part where I said a certain name.
okay, I don't know what name it is, but
Lord.
Flip is good, man. He's good. He's good.
Because I'm not gonna allow you to
He's
sit here and
good.
say, "Yeah, cut out all the crazy part." No. I didn't say all. I said.
But you said you said in the beginning, you said, yo, I'm not gonna go crazy. We ain't.
I'm
Gonna.
not. You felt I went crazy?
You kind of went left a little bit on me,
What?
and you gave me like, yo, cut. I got you. We gonna.
We moved on, cut. What part? Cut. Tell me.
We'll talk. But you guys, you gave me your word, like, yo, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do this. I said, all right.
I didn't do that. I did a cut. I did the first part.
You went left a little bit.
What part?
Well, I don't know. We'll talk.
What part we went left?
We'll talk. I don't know if we said too many names. I
Okay.
really gotta think about what I said
Yeah, facts.
and everything. But I definitely think we did a good job, a good interview.
You don't rush or end the interview like that. That's not how it goes. Let's talk about you get like it don't work like that with me. So you go to jail.
Are we back on this again?
Yeah, you go to prison, locked up, and your bill was good. You said besides the first joint, you had a good bid.
Right.
Came home, Fab and Jadakiss looked out for you.
Fendi looked out.
And Fendi, of course, yes. Where does that put you now? Like 'cause you came home in 2019.
Well, right now I'm professional about everything. Anybody that I do business with, we're doing paperwork. I got a couple of artists that I'm interested in, and we got paperwork. I'm not doing there's no more shaking hands, and I'm pushing you. All that's over. All that beefing, all that shit is over. Flip. I'm not beefing with DJs. I'm just I'm trying to be a straight up businessman now.
I'm surprised. I haven't heard too many DJ beefs like that. I've been around the game for a minute. I never
But then
seen too
how
many.
about flexing them? I be hearing like flexes beefing.
I mean,
with,
yeah, like that. Flex include.
I think
on the radio,
these DJs
but-
beef, but I don't think they really take it to the streets.
Yeah, they don't
But
get
I
that
be
crazy.
hearing like they be talking crazy on the radio. The shit that I be hearing, like, wow.
Flex include. That's it. I don't know who else really be going. Who else going like that?
Did Self ever get into it with anybody?
I don't think so.
I just be hearing with 105 and 97, they all be going back and
Yeah,
forth.
of course. I mean, that's just that's that real loyalty. I mean, like, I seen people like Mr. C. Besides Mr. C, I seen him when he was on Hot, and I remember playing the party with him, and I remember doing a party with him in the city, and they had a Power 151 sticker on the wall, and he wouldn't get on the set until that sticker was removed off the wall.
Oh, wow.
So like they take that shit serious. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I get it, but I never seen like or heard these kind of stories where I was in the streets with it. Like I've seen like little comments and stuff, but
I remember like Murda 8 niggas that ran down on me before from playing too much 50 shit. Yeah, shit was real out there.
I mean, me too. I know that.
Yeah, because I was pushing 50 so hard, I think they seen me in the parking lot. I was leaving a club in the city, and they tried to run down on me. But my peoples was
Yeah.
in the car. They had my back.
Who ran down on you?
I don't know the names, Flip.
Black Child, Cadillac Ty.
No, it wasn't none of the
First.
rappers. It wasn't the rappers. It was just some dudes that's affiliated with Murda.
With them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they see me in the parking lot.
Okay.
I was like, oh yeah, they go Cutmaster C.
Remember when the
Playing
Cherry
all that
Lounge-
50 Cent.
Remember when the Cherry Lounge was open?
Yo, where we at? What time is it?
What time was it?
The Cherry Lounge? How you remember the Cherry Lounge?
Why don't you tell me? I don't remember the Cherry.
I don't know. You tell me.
Cherry Lounge. I don't think nothing happened in the Cherry Lounge. I used to go to the Cherry Lounge.
Yeah, I know. Are you sure? Take your time, cut. Take your time.
Yeah, I used to go to Cherry Lounge.
Cut. I'm gonna give you one more chance.
Cherry Lounge. I don't think I ever had an episode in the Cherry Lounge.
Respectfully, never.
I don't think so.
You enjoyed being in the Cherry Lounge, though. It's nice.
It was cool.
Shout
Cause
out
when,
to Clue. Shout out to Steve.
yeah, cause that was Clue Spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was in there, had a good time, popped some bottles.
Salute.
If something happened in the Cherry Lounge, I swear I don't remember it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you'd like to talk about?
It's a lot of things, but we could always get back into it another time. But I think we touched on the important subjects. We definitely.
didn't. What's a lot of things we didn't touch on so I can know. I can be aware of.
I think we spoke about Fifth. We spoke about the main people: Gravy, Uncle Murda, French, Fendi. Yeah. Clue. Capone, Nori, Mobb Deep. Who else? The highlights.
We spoke about those. What is like? Now you are you still gonna do the whole artist thing? You know.
Yeah, because I love music, and I got a love for pushing artists. I really like to help artist development. I want to see artists start from the bottom and just work their way up. I like doing that.
Who's on your radar right now?
Who's getting what?
Who's on your radar right now? Like who do you see that you kind of like feel like you want to maybe get behind, or somebody that you think that's up next?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking if I can find a good female rapper right now, because it seems like the females is like taking over a little bit.
It's facts.
So I wouldn't mind finding a good female rapper right now that's hungry and
to manage.
Yeah.
Well, Kai is managed, right?
Kai, baby, she ready? Footy got that on.
And a lot of them sound good too. A lot of these female rappers really sound good.
So who's on your radar?
Well, the ones that I see on TV, they already on, so they don't really need nobody's help. But
Yeah, I mean radar like who in the streets right now. Cutmaster C is known for finding people in the streets that.
I don't know. It's something.
Okay.
Maybe one day, maybe somebody will hit me up and be like,
He's out
"Yo,
of touch,
check
man.
my music." I'm not out of touch for it. I got some artists that I'm working with that I ain't mentioned no names yet.
Okay, that's why I want to hear. So I want to
Flip
see
said
what
he's out of touch.
I want to see who you're gonna
Flip
see.
say he's out of touch.
Let's go, Cut. Yeah.
You still DJ or you kind of like
still
okay.
DJ. I'm promoting parties now.
Got you.
Yeah, definitely.
How was it? Speaking of Web, how was it?
Me and Webb speak all the time. Webb is good. Webb gave me a few ideas, and told me to get some things copywritten, and he just was like, "Yo, when we come home, we get into the bag for real this time."
He ain't changed at all, did he?
Nah, he's like, "Yo," he said, "when he comes home, we get into it." And he's short. Webb will be home soon.
Very soon.
Yeah.
All right.
And I got a podcast coming out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, that's what we. Oh, I see. I guess that happened because we started talking about Webb and them. I got some people that's gonna be behind the scenes and silent partners, but the podcast is definitely on the way, and it's gonna be real special.
That should be crazy.
Yeah.
How special is it gonna be?
I can't give out the recipe. It got to be a surprise.
What about the name?
I didn't come up with a name yet. That's the thing. I didn't come up with a name for it yet.
Where you gonna film at?
Yo, you're good, man. You're real good.
I mean, you might need a studio. You trying?
Nah, he probably already knows everything. He probably knows everything. I don't know who's leaking this information to him. It's one of y'all.
Where you gonna film at? Tell me.
Maybe more than one location.
Interview guest number one, DJ Clue.
My first guest might be French Montana. That'll be a good one to set it off with.
I think you should start
Very
with.
good.
I think you should start with Clue.
I think you
I don't think Clue would do an interview with me.
You don't think so?
We're good, but I just don't. No, I don't think so.
It was crazy.
It would be special, but I don't think it would happen.
That set it off.
I like that idea,
Then that would set it off crazy.
but I would love for it to be either French or 50. To be the first one. Let me go flip. I gotta get to 50's party, man. We got a little private dinner.
The pool party? When's the pool party?
The pool. We did that already. Why y'all didn't come?
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Just give us social media. Sign up.
Oh, it's just Cutmaster C. IG's Cutmaster C. I don't got the name for the podcast, but I'm gonna have the name in a couple of days, and it's gonna be real epic.
I thought it was.
And go ahead, Flip. Go ahead, Flip. I had an idea for a name, and I brought it to Webb's attention, and Webb was like, "Nah."
Tell us.
Yo, Flip. Yo, this got to be like the. I don't do a lot of interviews. This is the best interview I ever did, because Flip. It's like he knows everything. I'm looking through his eyes, like Flip knows everything.
Why you don't say the name?
I asked Webb. I was like, "Should we call it Queens Get the Money?" Now, I didn't really know the name of yours. I don't know if it's FlipDaScript, but Webb was like, "Nah, that's Flip. They Queens Get the Money." He said we're gonna go with something else. I was like, "All right, cool."
Well, he did a song Queens. That's how they know. He did a song called Queens Get the Money.
Queens is crazy.
Queens is crazy. Sorry.
Okay.
So and Queens Get the Money is who did Queens Get the Money?
That's landlord.
Landlord.
On point.
Yes.
So there's no podcast called Queens Get the Money?
No podcast time.
Because Webb was kind of like, that's y'all, like y'all. But then I'm like, it's FlipDaScript.
They get confused. Like people call this platform Queens Flip Podcast. So,
right.
but it's FlipDaScript. Like, but they say
right,
Queens Flip.
Yeah,
so he probably like, oh, nah, it's Queens.
Yeah.
So he probably thought.
Am I gonna be able to get y'all on my podcast?
Hell no.
For real, Flip?
I don't do interviews.
You serious right now? I'm gonna troll you.
But I got something for you.
Don't do that, Flip.
What do you
Flip,
do, man?
Flip, Flip, don't do that, Flip.
Cut.
Hey, Flip.
I gotta tell you about. Okay, all right.
Flip.
Cut.
So we signing out on everything's peaceful. Flip.
No beef.
Can I get y'all on my podcast? Let's save it for my podcast. How about that?
Say what for your podcast?
Whatever. Let's have a second part of this interview, and I'll be able to ask y'all some questions.
You can ask this question now.
Why we can't save some stuff for my podcast?
We're gonna support you, Cut. That's it.
Yo, Flip is crazy. Round of applause one time, my man Cutmaster C.
I like this interview.
I love it.
You know why?
I like Flip, yo.
He would have talked to me. I don't want to talk because he always want to talk the same thing. Yo, Flip, let me talk to you.
I mean, certain things gotta go unsaid. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Queens.
Queens Get the Money. I'm happy though. Queens, we doing our thing for real.
All
we got to stick together. Queens, we the
Is there Queens Get the Money podcast? You sure?
I don't think it is.
I doubt it, bro.
Is that a good name or not?
Yeah, I think so. QG. Everybody always use it. No, I don't. I'll be surprised.
Because it's already the saying is so already known.
Internet's podcast. Queens Get the Money featuring Shy Money XL. This can't be a podcast though.
Is this a podcast?
Internet's podcast. It says the Internet's podcast. It's just probably the title of that episode.
When does this come out?
It's already out. I guess. More episodes. Yeah, I don't even know the title for the podcast though. That's the name of the episode. But yeah, I mean, Queens Get the Money. Big Queens is what everybody's saying now too.
I think you should do that. Big Queens.
Big Queens. Cutmaster C. I don't know. Anyway, shout out to our guest, man. Dope episode.
Appreciate y'all.
Classic. Big Queens guest on the couch today. You know what I'm saying? Pleasure meeing you. You know
Same
what I'm saying?
here. Pleasure meeting
Shout out to
y'all.
all my DJs that's tuned in. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Mixtape DJs, club DJs, all the DJs across the world. Shout out to my sponsors today, man. King's Liddy Drinks. Shout out to Cash Facts and DJ On Point for the t-shirt. Appreciate you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? On Point. You know what it is, all right? Pick It Eater Season 4. It's a wrap. It's done. Go binge watch it. Go binge watch Season 3, Season 2, Season 1, all that. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy, bro. Go check out that Drink Champs episode. G Money, Miss Jones, and all that. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, G, I'm hyping.
You played. I was just saying, cause lock the doors, everything, right? I get it. I see what
Queens
you're
Flip URLTV.tv, man. Dope episode. Shout out to the whole team. E by Bassy, Michelle, one time.
No more 2 times?
No.
No? Oh, thank God.
Like her one time. I can't take a double. Mighty 2 times. I just had to do it one time. JR, everybody, man. Remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. And if you see a nigga like cut on your lawn, don't be afraid to use your firearm. I'm from Queens. Why? Because he'll use it on you, nigga.
Yo, I'm on probation. Yo, what the?
We joking.
Yo.